So we're going to start out seated today, and we'll use a block. So have something to sit on, cushion or a blanket, and then also a block. So finding a comfortable seat, we'll go ahead and get started. So sitting up nice and tall, dropping the shoulders down the back. Feeling a slight core engagement so that your spine is supported and you're not dropping your belly forward and also not rounding back. So finding a nice neutral, long, strong, aligned space for the spine. Softening the gaze or closing the eyes. And begin to deepen the breath and just connecting with the breath. Today we're going to focus on a breath, samavriti. So it's like equal undulations is basically what samavriti means. So here, to start with, we're just going to focus on making the inhale and exhale equal. So counting in your mind, like inhaling to a count of 5 and exhaling to a count of 5. Just notice how that feels. So on this spring equinox, we have this balance of light and dark. We might also say that we have a balance of warmth and cold, but depending on where you are, that might not be the case. It might already be very warm, or it might still be very cold. But we definitely have this balance of light and dark. The night and day are equal. Feeling into that energy with the breath. And we're going to keep this samavriti breath going, but we're going to add the alternate nostril flow here. So if this is new for you, follow me. If you have this practice already dialed in, go ahead and just start it. You're going to take your dominant hand and fold the index finger and middle finger down, or you can place them on your third eye. You're going to have one nostril on your thumb side, controlled by your thumb, and the other one with the ring finger. So press in with your thumb and take an inhale through the ring finger side. And then press in with the ring finger and release out the thumb side. And then stay here, inhale thumb side. Switch and exhale out the ring finger side. Stay here, inhale ring finger side. Press in and exhale out the thumb side. So the pattern is that you exhale, inhale, switch, exhale, inhale, switch. So come back if you've lost the count to inhaling, to a count of 5 and exhaling to a count of 5, and see if you can get this flow, this balanced flow. So alternate nostril breathing balances the hemispheres of the brain and the solar and the lunar channels, the energies of the body. So on this equinox, we're going to tune into that energetically before we start moving with this alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. The next time you breathe out your right nostril, release your hand and take a few breaths here, coming back to just the inhale and exhale being equal. Notice if there's a little more balance that you feel, maybe in the openness of your nostrils and maybe in the energy in your body. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move to hands and knees, but you might stretch your legs out first. Shake out your arms a little bit. And then we'll come to hands and knees. I'm going to face towards the sun. Hi, sun. So grateful to see you. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips or a little bit wider. Really feel your palms pressing down into the mat, fingers spread wide. Take an inhale here. Exhale, round the spine, gazing towards the belly button. Inhale, dropping the belly forward, tilting the pelvis, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale. Wow. Waking up the spine. One more round. And coming from this cow pose into Anahata Kriya. So we're going to move the ribs around in a big circle, and you can think about the heart reaching out in all directions. You circle around. And going back the other way, reversing the direction of those circles. Beautiful. Coming back to center here, and we're gonna just walk the hands forward and begin to sink the heart down. So we're gonna come back to this a couple times, so don't feel like our rug is undulating like the ocean. Don't feel like you have to come all the way down right now, but see if you can slide the hands down while keeping the hips up in the air, and begin to melt the heart towards the earth. Gratitude for springling here. Yay! Nice upper back opener, heart expander. Beautiful. And walking the hands back in, coming back to tabletop. We'll extend the right leg back behind. We're going to do a few different balance things today for the equinox. So see how your balance feels here, and if you feel like you can extend the left arm, you can do that. And then we have this alternate limb balance action going on here. Really pull your belly button in towards your spine. Take an inhale, lift the arm and the leg. And bring them towards each other. If you just have your leg extended, you're just going to bring your knee in towards your nose. Inhale, extending out. Exhale, coming in. Inhale out. Exhale in. 2 more. And then inhale out. You can stay here and breathe. If you'd like, you can reach back for your foot or your ankle and press the foot into the hand. And then releasing down, coming back to tabletop position. Let's circle the hips. Go back the other way. And then coming back to center, and we're going to walk the hands out again for that puppy pose, melting the heart. Maybe it feels like you can come down a little lower this time. Looking out in front of you or forehead to the floor, whatever feels best to your neck and shoulders. And then walking back in, coming back to tabletop. We're going to do the other side alternate limbs. So extend left leg out. See how this feels. If you are ready for a little more expansion, extending right arm out. Feel the core supporting you, like the roots in the earth. Supporting the extending out, happening in springtime. You're welcome to stay here in balance if you'd like to go further. Inhale, lift arm and leg. Exhale, knee and elbow towards each other. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. 2 more. And then extending out. Balancing here. If you'd like, you can reach back for your foot or your ankle, pressing into the hand, expanding out. Deep inhale and release. Hand and knee to the ground, circle those hips. Like the earth waking up here. Springtime. Go back the other way. Lovely. And come back to tabletop. And last time we're going to stretch out puppy pose, maybe melting a little bit more. Deep breaths wherever you are, expanding through the heart. And then walking back up. And let's press back to a child's pose. You can bring your knees wide, let your belly rest between your thighs. Forehead to the floor. And from here, dragging your hands back in towards your knees. If it's possible to sit on your heels for just a moment, stretching through the tops of the feet, you can do that. Otherwise, you can be in a high kneeling position. You might still get a little stretch through the tops of the feet. And then if you're on your heels here, we're going to bring the hands back behind and lift the hips up. If you're in a high kneeling position, you're going to bring your hands to the back of your hips and press forward. So again, little heart opening invitation here. And then coming back up, bringing the hands to the floor, curling the toes under, rocking backwards into squat on the balls of your feet. And again, if keeping these deep bends in the knees or the ankles or the hips doesn't feel good for you, you can be up, you can drop your heels and come up to a higher position, placing hands on the knees. So do what works for you. So if your heels are lifted, you're balancing more here. And find a focal point on the floor in front of you and see if you can bring your hands up to your heart. And if you're in a higher squat, see if you can extend your spine a little bit more. And maybe also bring your hands to your heart so you're engaging your core. Deep breath here. And then pressing strongly into your feet. See if you can lift up. Keep those heels lifted if they were. And reach up to the sky and then exhale out and down. Beautiful. I keep looking over here because yesterday we had a big, very big black snake who just came up onto the porch over here. It was like, whoa. And I'm so grateful that they're here. We're going to come to the top of the mat. I'm always grateful when black snakes are here because they keep the poisonous snakes away, but I'm also a little wary of snakes. So I'm like, is the snake friend going to come out again today? We will see. Probably needs to be a little warmer. So we're going to find Tadasana at the top of the mat. And make sure that your block is here at the top of the mat. We're not going to use it just now, but we will in a little bit. So really grounding down through the feet. Take a moment, spread those toes wide, press down into the mat. Feel the connection, the soles of the feet down to the awakening earth. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, down, place the hands. Step the right foot back behind you, high or low lunge. Feel free to drop that back knee if you'd like. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, gathering, bring the hands to the heart. Take another inhale here. And exhale, we're going to twist to the left, bringing the right elbow to the left knee, pressing into the hands. So we're lifting the body up off the leg and looking back behind us. Gratitude for the winter that we've traveled through, all that we've learned and how we've grown. Planted seeds of intention that are now ready to grow into the spring. And inhale, come back to center, lifting the arms up again. And exhale, touch the mat. We're going to shift back here, just lengthening through that front leg for a moment. Feel that expansion. And then bending back into the knee and step back to a down dog. So bending one knee deeply and then the other, stretching out the legs. And then we'll pull forward to a plank pose. We're going to rotate over onto the right side. You're welcome to drop this right knee down if you'd like. Or you can keep both legs extended and reach the left arm up into the air for side plank. Do a little hip action here if you want. A little lowering, extending if your legs are extended. And then coming back to a down dog. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to do a little circular motion. We're going to bend the knees deeply, push forward, bending the elbows, coming to a quick plank, and then rounding back up onto the toes, bending back into the knees, pressing forward, coming back up. Like this. Growth energy of the spring. One more time. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it through to the top of the mat. We're going to find the block underneath the right hand, out in front of, and out to the right a little bit more, and then we're going to hop forward. So first option is to keep the left hand on the left hip and left toes on the floor here. Next option is to lift the left leg up into the air. And then third is to stack the hips and lift the left arm, coming into a half moon. Beautiful. We're almost at the half moon right now. Take an inhale and exhale. Come to a forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Reach to the sky. Maybe a little back bend. And hands to the heart. Take a breath. Before we do the other side, we're going to shift the weight over into the right foot. We're going to do a little standing balance pose here, tree pose. So as the trees come back into bloom, buds, leaves. So focal point, grounding down through the right foot, pick the left up. You can rotate the knee out to the side and then find, do you want the toes on the floor, little kickstand? Do you want the foot at the calf? Or do you want to bring it all the way up into your thigh? We want to make sure there's no pressure against the knee. Finding your tree pose here, maybe inhaling, lifting those arms up like that outward moving energy of spring. And this actually balances. The spring energy is kind of heavy with earth and water elements, so it can make us feel kind of lethargic. So the more we can tune into cultivating our own upward expansion energy, we balance that heavy feeling. Take an inhale here, feeling into that expansion, and exhale, sliding everything down to the grounding in the earth. Beautiful. I'm gonna shift sides of the mat here, and we'll do that whole sequence on the other side. So finding Tadasana, send those roots down into the earth, hands to the heart. It's a blooming, blossoming invitation. We can cultivate that energy inside ourselves. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Little back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale down, place the hands. Step the left foot back behind you, high or low lunge. Find your balance. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Feel free to drop that back knee to the floor if you'd like. Hands come together to the heart. Exhale. Take an inhale. And exhale, twisting, bringing the left elbow to the right knee. We're going to press into the hands and lift the body up off the legs. So we're not collapsing. We're expanding into the springtime, looking back behind you, honoring the winter, all that it's held. And then gratitude for moving into springtime. Very gently lifting up again. And exhale, touch the mat. Keep the hands where they are. Keep the feet where they are. And just shift the hips back, lengthening through both legs. Feel the expansion there. And then bending into the right knee again and press back to a down dog. Walking out your dog. And with your next inhale, pulling forward towards a plank pose, and we're going to rotate over onto the left side now. Again, you can drop the left knee to the floor, foot comes back behind you if you'd like. Have more support here, choose your own adventure. Or keep both legs extended, extend the right arm up to the sky. Side plank, and if you want a little more challenge, you can do a few hip drops and lifts. Yay! And then making your way back to a down dog. Oh, beautiful. So we're going to do that that scooping from a down dog again. So bending the knees deeply, sending the hips back, and then pushing forward, coming into a plank, and then rounding up. Do a few more of these, pushing forward, like the seeds deep in the earth, being like, yes, it's springtime now, I can come up. One more time. Beautiful. Finding your down dog. With your next inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it through to the top of the mat. Finding the block underneath the left hand and out to the left a little bit. Hopping forward. Again, you can bring the right toes to the floor, right hand to the hip. You can lift the leg up into the air. You can stack the hips and lift the arm wherever you choose to be. Check out your balance. Yay, the balance between the light and the dark. The Equinox. Take an inhale and exhale, stepping into a forward fold. With your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up, standing all the way up. Reach to the sky, a little back bend perhaps. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do our tree pose on this side. So grounding down through that left foot, beginning to pick the right up. So you can do a little kickstand out to the side or to the calf, or come all the way up into the thigh. Finding a focal point on the floor is really helpful. Feeling grounded and expanded. So you can lift your arms up if you'd like. This spring equinox energy helping us be in balance. We can have both the grounded, rooted energy and growth, expansion coming from that deep nourishment. One more inhale and exhale, releasing back to the earth. Shake it out. Wonderful. Let's move the blanket out of the way here. We're going to do one more thing with the block, coming down onto your back. And don't have anything underneath your head just yet, if you like to do that. With your next inhale, press strongly into your feet. Lift the hips up towards the sky. We're going to slide the block underneath the low back, at the top of the glutes, or a little supported bridge. This might feel just really nice, release through the pelvis. Always feels really yummy to me. And then if you'd like, you can lift your legs up into the air. So we have a bit of an inversion. Just taking a few breaths here, really feeling your heart rooted in the earth, connected to these cycles, and the legs like the new growth invited by the springtime. Lifting up towards the sunshine. You might move them around like the tendrils, reaching up towards the sky and just exploring the space and the sunlight and the air. Dancing with your legs as a celebration Equinox celebration, springtime. Yay! Then bringing them back to just lift straight up towards the sky. Take an inhale. And exhale, releasing the feet down to the floor. With your next inhale, press strongly into your feet, lifting up off the block. Move it out of the way and lower down to the mat. Take a moment, feel your pelvis settling into the earth, connected, supported, grounded. And then hug your knees into your chest. Let your knees come away from each other. Reach through the inside of the knees, grabbing onto the outside of the feet or the ankles. For happy baby pose, and you can rock a little side to side here. And if there's any final poses you would like to find before coming to Shavasana, feel free. Otherwise, stretching out long on your back. Setting yourself up well, perhaps a blanket under your head or your knees or covering you up. And feel yourself both relaxing into the earth and connecting with the excitement of springtime, the energizing inspiration that we can bring in to balance out the earth and the water, collecting, nourishing, building this foundation for us to stay rooted, to stay strong. The wisdom of opposites. Your awareness back to the surface of your body. Begin to deepen your breath and wiggle your fingers and toes, enlivening with this beautiful equinox energy. Feeling that energy building in your body, bending one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor. Come to rest over on your right side. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal. Gently press your way up to find a seat. Sitting with your eyes closed. Allow these words by Jess Weiss to wash over you. This is a poem for spring equinox. We hover in the balance. We are tipping into the light. Hungry for light, wringing gray flakes from our creaky limbs. Together holding our dear earth. We will weave her a shining net, gold in the broken places, and greedily nourish each twining limb into my tree heart. The light is coming. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude, sending that gratitude from your heart out to all the cells in your being. Thank you for joining me for practice on this spring equinox. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.